What if the food hurting your heart the most isn't sweet at all? Not sugar, not soda, not desserts, but something that's sitting quietly in your pantry right now? Something millions of older adults eat every week without a second thought. It's in snacks meals, even so-called healthy choices. And it may be the single most dangerous thing for your heart. Doctors are warning that this food does more than raise bad cholesterol. It fuels silent inflammation, damages blood vessels, and puts your heart at risk even if you feel fine. The scariest part is that its effects build slowly over years. By the time symptoms show up, the damage may already be deep, but there's still time to turn things around. On this channel, Live Healthy. After 50, we believe in empowering seniors with the truth. This video will show you how one everyday food can silently destroy your cardiovascular health and how smart, simple changes can protect your future. If you're interested in senior health longevity secrets and aging gracefully, you're in the right place. Like this video, subscribe for more natural health for seniors, and tell me in the comments, what food do you think is hurting your heart the most? Now let's begin. The truth might surprise you, but it could also save your life. Number 1, the real villain: fried foods. You've heard that fried food isn't the best for your waistline. But here's the truth no one talks about enough. Fried chicken, French fries, chips, these crispy bites might be doing something far worse than making your pants tighter. They could be silently damaging your arteries meal after meal, year after year. And for adults over 50, that damage becomes harder to undo. When oil is heated to high temperatures, especially cheap vegetable oil, it breaks down into harmful compounds. Those compounds, like trans fats and toxic aldehydes, don't just raise bad cholesterol. They trigger deep inflammation throughout the body, especially in your blood vessels. Over time, that inflammation makes your arteries less flexible, more brittle. The result: higher risk of stroke, heart attack, and serious circulation issues. Many seniors believe that a weekly fried meal is harmless. But the truth is, even moderate consumption can increase your risk over time. According to a Harvard study, people who eat fried food 4 times a week have a significantly higher chance of developing heart disease. And sadly, that risk only grows with age. Your heart may not feel the damage right away, but it remembers every meal. Let me tell you about someone I once met, Mary, 72, from Omaha. She never smoked, never drank, and walked every morning with her dog. But she also had a lifetime habit of eating fried chicken twice a week. To her, it was comfort food, a family tradition. When her doctor told her she had 80% artery blockage, she was shocked. She looked healthy, she felt fine, but her arteries told a different story. This isn't just about fat, it's about what frying does to food. High heat oil creates unstable molecules that lodge themselves in your cells and arteries. These molecules speed up aging inside your body, aging you can't see. They make it harder for your heart to pump efficiently, harder for your blood to flow freely, and harder for your body to fight off the diseases that come with age. The saddest part: most of this is preventable. Fried foods don't just harm the heart, they worsen insulin resistance, making blood sugar harder to control. That means a higher chance of developing type 2 diabetes, which doubles your risk for stroke and heart failure. For older adults already facing high blood pressure or cholesterol issues, fried food is like throwing gasoline on a fire. But don't think you have to give up everything you enjoy. This is about small, powerful choices: baking instead of frying, using an air fryer, choosing roasted vegetables instead of fries. These are daily habits for longevity, ones that protect your heart, reduce inflammation, and give your body a chance to heal. Let's be clear, taste is not the enemy. The cooking method is. Many seniors say fried food makes them feel full and satisfied, but that short-term pleasure often comes at a long-term cost. For those over 60 who want to age gracefully and stay independent, these swaps matter more than ever. If you're thinking, well, I don't eat fried food that often, consider this. Many packaged snacks like chips and frozen appetizers are fried before you even open them. Restaurants often reuse oil for hours, sometimes days, increasing the levels of harmful compounds. So even if you're not deep frying at home, you may still be eating like you are. One habit, one food choice, one pan of sizzling oil. It might not seem like much, but repeated over years, it adds up. And for a heart that's aging with you, those choices mean the difference between freedom and limitation. This is why senior health tips aren't just about diet fads. They're about real actions that prevent aging diseases before they become emergencies. Fried food might look golden and crispy, but for your arteries, it's a slow poison in disguise. If you care about staying active, living longer, and protecting your health without more pills, this is where it starts. With awareness, with intention, and with letting go of one silent villain in exchange for a stronger, healthier heart. Number 2, ultra-processed cheese and meats. Some foods don't look dangerous. They come in clean packages, stack neatly in the fridge, heat up quickly, and yet they may be the most damaging to your heart. Processed cheese slices, strips of bacon, frozen nuggets. These foods seem harmless, even comforting, but what they do inside the body tells a darker story. Ultra-processed cheeses and meats are loaded with sodium, saturated fats, and chemical preservatives that strain the heart and inflame the blood vessels. For seniors, these foods don't just taste salty, they push blood pressure higher. They clog arteries inch by inch, and over time they take away the very independence you're trying to protect. Even low-fat or reduced sodium versions aren't always safe. They often contain emulsifiers, flavor enhancers, and stabilizers to mimic the taste and texture of real food. These additives confuse your gut. They inflame your digestive system, and they may trigger imbalances that ripple throughout your entire body from your brain to your heart. Linda, 69, from Toledo, used to eat microwavable turkey bacon every morning. It felt like a healthy routine, fast, low in fat, not too greasy. But during a checkup, her doctor noticed a troubling trend. Her blood pressure was climbing. Her cholesterol levels were out of range. After looking closer at her food habits, they traced it back to processed meats and cheeses she ate nearly every day. Many seniors are told to avoid sugar, but no one warns them about processed salt. The salt in ultra-processed meats isn't the same as a pinch of sea salt on roasted vegetables. It's chemically added in massive amounts designed to preserve the meat for months and enhance flavor artificially. And that salt doesn't just pass through your system. It causes your body to hold on to fluid. It makes your heart work harder. And over time, it damages the blood vessels that keep your brain and body alive. The saturated fats in processed cheeses and meats are another danger. They raise LDL cholesterol, the kind that clings to artery walls. When this happens year after year, the arteries narrow. Blood struggles to flow, and your risk of heart disease, stroke, and even dementia increases sharply. According to the American Heart Association, people over 60 who regularly eat processed meats have a much higher risk of cardiovascular events, even if they appear healthy on the outside. Some people think eating a fast food sandwich now and then isn't a big deal, but the real issue is consistency. A little processed meat for breakfast, a little cheese on a burger, a slice of frozen pizza for dinner. These small doses of inflammation add up. They turn into chronic fatigue, memory problems, chest tightness that's easy to ignore, until it's not. Doctor tips for older adults often focus on medications, but the most powerful medicine starts in your kitchen. Swapping processed meats for fresh, lean proteins like chicken or beans. Replacing packaged cheese slices with cottage cheese or fresh mozzarella. These changes might seem small, but they lower inflammation, improve circulation, and give your heart a break. If you're looking for senior home remedies that work, start by reading labels. Look for real ingredients. Avoid anything with hydrolyzed nitrate or monosodium glutamate. These are signs the food was built in a lab, not grown in nature, and your heart deserves better. This is your senior nutrition guide in action, not just what you eat, but what you believe about food. The food industry wants you to think convenience is harmless, but the price of that convenience may be your energy, your brain health, or your next hospital visit. You're not powerless. You're wiser now. And every food choice you make can protect your health or chip away at it silently. Choose foods that love your heart back, because your best years deserve more than just quick meals. They deserve strength, clarity, and peace. 3. Microwave popcorn, the silent killer. Popcorn seems innocent. It's light, it's crunchy. It's the go-to snack for movies and late-night cravings. And for many older adults, it feels like a safe treat, better than chips, better than cookies. But the truth is, microwave popcorn could be doing real harm to your heart. The problem isn't the corn, it's what's hidden in the bag. Most microwave popcorn contains hydrogenated oils, a source of trans fats, which are among the most dangerous fats for cardiovascular health. These oils are added to make the popcorn pop better, stay crispy longer, and taste buttery. But inside your body, they do something very different. They clog arteries, they raise bad cholesterol, and they trigger inflammation deep in your blood vessels. When you microwave the bag, another danger is released. The inner lining of most popcorn bags is coated with chemicals like perfluorooctanoic acid. This compound has been linked to hormone disruption, chronic inflammation, and increased risk of heart disease. Studies show that when heated, these chemicals can leach into the popcorn and then into your bloodstream. You don't taste them, you don't see them, but your heart feels the damage. Richard, 67, from Phoenix, was shocked when his doctor warned him about microwave popcorn. He had switched from buttered snacks to light popcorn, thinking it was better for his heart. But even those lighter versions were full of sodium, trans fats, and artificial preservatives. His blood pressure had quietly crept up, and his cholesterol numbers were worsening despite exercising regularly. The culprit was something he thought was harmless. Many people don't realize how much sodium is packed into a single bag of microwave popcorn. One serving can contain over 300 milligrams, and many people eat more than one serving at a time. For older adults trying to maintain healthy aging and manage hypertension, that kind of salt intake is dangerous. High sodium levels cause fluid retention. That puts extra strain on your heart and increases the risk of stroke or heart failure. And it doesn't stop there. The artificial flavorings added to mimic butter or cheese may contain diacetyl, which has been linked to lung and nerve issues when inhaled. Over time, this combination of chemical exposure, bad fats, and hidden salt makes microwave popcorn a silent threat, especially for those trying to follow an over-60 wellness plan. Healthy aging doesn't mean cutting out every snack. It means making better choices. Natural popcorn made on the stove with olive oil or air-popped avoids the harmful oils and chemicals entirely. You can season it with garlic, turmeric, or even cinnamon for flavor without putting your heart at risk. It's a small switch, but it protects your health in ways you might not see until it matters most. Natural health for seniors starts with awareness. Many harmful foods don't feel harmful right away. That's why they're dangerous. They fly under the radar. They feel normal. But when we look at what they're made of and what they do to our bodies, the truth becomes clear. Microwave popcorn is marketed as a quick fix, but when it comes to your heart, nothing about it is light. Every bag carries a long-term cost, and for adults who've worked hard to stay well, those small daily choices matter more than ever. Don't wait for a warning sign. Be the warning sign. Choose the version of popcorn that supports your health, supports your heart, supports your future, because in this stage of life, the quiet choices speak the loudest. Number 4, margarine and vegetable oils, the healthy trap. For years, margarine was sold as the heart-healthy choice. It was marketed as a safer alternative to butter, low in cholesterol, light in taste, easy to spread. But many brands were loaded with something far worse than butter ever had: trans fats. Trans fats are artificially created fats that damage the body from the inside out. They increase bad cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and cause inflammation in your arteries. Over time, this creates blockages, raises blood pressure, and increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. The worst part: these effects don't show up quickly, they build in silence year after year. It's not just margarine. Refined vegetable oils like corn oil, soybean oil, and canola oil seem innocent in your kitchen. But when you heat them to fry, saute, or bake, they oxidize. That oxidation creates toxic aldehydes, chemicals that speed up the aging of your arteries and cells. These compounds don't leave the body easily. They stay, they inflame, they damage. Don, 74, from Asheville, thought he was cooking smart. He replaced butter with margarine, switched to canola oil, and stopped eating fried food from restaurants. But when he had a mild heart attack, his doctor asked about his cooking oils. Turns out those daily habits were still promoting inflammation and contributing to the slow buildup of artery damage. This is why many senior health experts are now sounding the alarm. The label vegetable makes these oils sound natural and wholesome, but the way they're made is anything but. These oils are stripped, bleached, deodorized, and chemically altered to survive on shelves for months. By the time you use them at home, they've already lost the protective compounds that help the body fight inflammation. The real damage happens when these oils are heated. That's when they become unstable, releasing free radicals that age the heart and weaken the immune system. One study published in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology linked regular consumption of refined vegetable oils to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, even in people with no family history. Many seniors add margarine or vegetable oil to everyday meals without thinking. A little for eggs, a little for toast, a little for cooking vegetables. But those small amounts add up and become harmful over time. When these fats are combined with other risk factors like high blood pressure, stress, or sedentary habits, they push the body closer to a tipping point. Natural health for seniors means paying attention to what you cook with not just what you eat. Choosing unrefined cold-pressed oils like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or coconut oil in small amounts can help reduce inflammation and support a healthier heart. These oils are more stable when heated and contain antioxidants that protect your cells. Daily habits for longevity don't have to be drastic. They just need to be deliberate. Use olive oil for salads or low-heat cooking. Try ghee or grass-fed butter in moderation if you're avoiding margarine. Use a non-stick pan with water or broth when sautéing. These simple swaps make your meals just as flavorful and far less harmful. Many people assume that if they avoid fried food and eat at home, they're safe. But if your meals are made with the wrong oils, you're still feeding inflammation. For adults over 60 trying to stay independent and energetic, reducing these oils could be one of the most important changes you make. Healthy aging isn't about fear. It's about knowing the facts and making better choices one step at a time. Your heart doesn't need more pressure. It needs support, and sometimes that support starts with what you put in the pan. You don't need to throw out everything in your kitchen, but understanding which oils help and which oils harm, that's how you protect your body from the inside. Because you deserve years of strength, years of clarity, years of peace that weren't stolen by a so-called healthy trap. The Omega 5, better choices, small changes, big protection. You don't have to give up everything you enjoy to protect your heart. In fact, the most powerful changes don't happen overnight. They happen quietly in your kitchen. One small shift, one better oil, one smarter cut of meat. Over time, those decisions become protection not just for your heart, but for your entire body. Let's be honest. After 50, your body isn't as forgiving as it once was. But that doesn't mean you're helpless. Baking instead of frying reduces trans fats and dangerous compounds that build up in your arteries. Choosing lean proteins like skinless chicken, turkey, or grilled fish supports muscle strength and lowers cholesterol. And switching to olive oil, even in just one meal a day, adds anti-inflammatory power that protects the lining of your blood vessels. Clara, 68, from Boise, didn't make a complete diet overhaul. She just replaced fried eggs with poached eggs and started roasting vegetables instead of sautéing them in margarine. 6 months later, her blood pressure came down, and her doctor reduced one of her medications. She didn't diet. She simply changed how she cooked. That's the quiet power of small steps done consistently. Your kitchen is either your medicine cabinet or your risk zone. Reading food labels matters even if the product looks heart-healthy. Watch out for hydrogenated oils, high sodium, and preservatives you can't pronounce. These ingredients are linked to chronic inflammation, high blood pressure, and artery damage, all of which speed up aging. And for older adults aiming to stay sharp and mobile, every bite counts. The good news is science supports your effort. According to a study in the British Medical Journal, people who eat a diet rich in olive oil, vegetables, and lean proteins have a 30% lower risk of heart disease. That's not a trend. That's a long-term strategy backed by real research. And it doesn't require perfection, just persistence. If you're looking for longevity tips that truly work, start with how you prepare your food. Grill more, fry less, swap butter for avocado slices. Try whole grains instead of white bread. These swaps lower inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and give your heart the fuel it needs to beat stronger. This isn't about restriction, it's about restoration. You can still enjoy food, still feel full, still share meals with family without sacrificing your health. In fact, when you eat foods that support your heart, you'll likely feel more energy, better sleep, and less joint pain. Because inflammation doesn't just hurt your heart, it affects everything. Aging gracefully isn't about hiding wrinkles. It's about living with clarity, strength, and confidence, knowing your body is working with you, not against you. These food choices aren't small, they're personal. They give you control in a world that often pushes one-size-fits-all solutions. Let this be your senior nutrition guide, simple, clear, doable. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a few good habits repeated daily. That's how real change happens. That's how your heart stays strong for the road ahead. Some of the most harmful foods don't look dangerous. They look familiar. They taste like comfort, like home. And that's exactly why they're so easy to trust and so hard to walk away from. But every meal gives you a new chance. A chance to choose healing over harm. A chance to say yes to strength, to clarity, to the life you still want to live. And all it takes is one habit at a time. You don't need a perfect diet. You don't need to give up everything. You just need a few steady choices that protect your arteries, calm inflammation, and restore energy from the inside out. Because your heart is still listening, it still responds, and it's never too late to give it the care it deserves. If this helped you think differently about what's on your plate, share it with someone you love. Like this video, subscribe to Live Healthy After 50, and turn on the bell for weekly health wisdom. Your health is your greatest wealth, and your best years can still be ahead.